and welcome to Kids Corner on Armstrong Channel 20. I'm Miss Krista, and I'm so excited today to be at Campbell Elementary School with Mrs. McGugan's and Miss Matsey's first grade classes. Have you ever been to a museum? Have you ever looked at the paintings and imagined all the colors and everything that must go through an artist's mind when they're creating it? Well, you have that same creativity. If you close your eyes and imagine different colors, you can come up with some really cool artistic creations, and that's just what we're going to do today. There's a special artist by the name of Chihuly, and he creates things out of glass. And we are going to use one of his creations as an inspiration for today, but we're going to use coffee filters and markers and starch, the kind of starch you use to iron with. And after we create this craft, we're going to put it together, and it's going to look just like a Chihuly creation that is on the top of a very famous hotel in Las Vegas. I hope that you love our book, which is called simply The Museum and Our Craft. And if you would like Armstrong to come to your school, have a grown-up email us at channel20, that's channel20@agoc.com. I think I hear our first graders now. Let's get ready. There is something that might be a little bit more important than watching TV. Only a little. What do you think it is?
iPad?
iPod? Sure. As my iPad would tell you, because it's constantly plugged in, because I'm constantly draining the battery. What else? What's more important than TV? Well, I mean, there's lots of things more important than TV, but one thing's in particular.
iPhone?
iPhones? Miss Krista doesn't have an iPhone. Yeah, my phone's not smart. Yeah, what do you think? What is it?
Tablet.
A tablet? Sure. Well, I think some of you have been reading the ad circulars that come in the newspaper. What do you think?
Paying your bills.
Paying your bills is very, very important. Because if you don't pay your bills, your TV doesn't come in. Something else is very, 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 very important. Yes, but pictures are so important. They are so important. And there's something that usually goes with the pictures. What do you think it is, Machuchka? Sometimes you see them in this kind of contraption on pages. What do you think it is?
Animals?
Animals, sure. What else? There's these things, they're letters, they're kind of in sentences. What do you think it is? Food. Food is very important. Miss Krista hasn't had lunch yet. What did you have for lunch? What was today? Pizza? Mac and cheese?
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese. Oh, I love grilled cheese with pickles. What do you think it is?
Sentences.
Sentences. It's reading. Guess what's more important than TV? Reading. And I know that you already know all your sight words, right? And you're probably reading every day, right? And you're probably maybe some simple chapter books so far. You think you're getting into some of the simple ones? Maybe some Junie B. Jones or some Judy Moody or some Captain Underpants?
Why am I telling you like that?
Do you know how I know this stuff? I have a first grader. I have a first grade girl at home. Well, she's not at home, she's at school. But I know first graders rock because you're becoming such great readers and such great writers, but I know you still have something else in your noggin. I know you have so much stuff in your noggin, but something that sometimes grown-ups lose, but kids don't. What do you think it is? Brains. Well, no, you don't lose your brain when you grow up. I mean, yeah, sometimes you lose your brain, but not all the time. So there's something else that we forget as grown-ups.
We have to wait until the people say it so we know.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Okay, yes, sometimes you have to wait until the people say it. Great.
Say things too.
That's right. You're right. But you know, there's something in particular. You all have a great imagination. Kids on purpose have a great imagination. You are all very creative in your heads, and sometimes as grown-ups, we forget to use our imaginations because all we're thinking about is pay the bills, right? I'm going to tell you, but first we are going to read a book all about how important it is to use your imagination, because even if you don't always feel creative because you're sleepy, because it's a Friday, you're very creative. All kids are artists at heart. And that's what we're going to talk about today. This book is called The Museum by Susan Verde. Who's been to a museum? Have you been? Everyone went. Oh, bravo, well done. Museums are so much fun because you can see what other people created from their heads, right? And then the way that you see it is how your head perceives it. So that's your perception of it. Who, pardon? Right here?
Yeah, so when you look at it, it just comes right into your head.
You're right, exactly. And that's called perception.
It just bounces off the thing and then goes into your head.
That's the best explanation I ever heard of it. That is excellent. Well, we're going to find out what this little girl thought about the things that were bouncing off her head. When I see a work of art, something happens in my heart. I cannot stifle my reaction. My body just goes into action. This one makes me want to pose and stand up on my tippy toes. Now I'm all twirly-whirly, twinkly, sparkly, super swirly. Have you ever seen this artistic creation before? Some of you, it's a famous one by Vincent van Gogh called Starry Nights.
I saw it a lot of times.
You did. It's a beautiful one. Look at all the stuff she's looking at. Phew! Exhausted. I take a breath. I can't wait to see what's next. I think I'll analyze the who's and what's and where's and why's. Have you ever seen this before?
Yeah.
It's called The Thinker. I'm starting to feel so sad and blue. Heavy, lonely through and through. I think I need something to eat. Those apples would be such a treat.
Oh, look at her sad.
I'm skipping through a field of flowers. I could keep this up for hours. Fragrant, soft, and so delightful. Suddenly, it's all frightful. Have you ever seen this picture? Who's seen that? That's another famous one, huh? I make silly faces at a guy. He did it first. I do not lie. I'm giddy from all these lines and squiggles. I collapse in fits of giggles. Wait! What is this I see? An empty canvas stares at me. Where is the color? What does it mean? It's the strangest art I've ever seen. Is this a joke? I shut my eyes and something happens to my surprise. I start to see things in my head. Yellow, blue, then green and red. Circles, lines, all kinds of shapes, faces, flowers, and landscapes. I open my eyes and look once more at the canvas that I saw before. It's mine to fill the way I choose. A purple dot, a pair of shoes. Zigzag lines, the deep blue sea. A portrait of my mom and me. No longer blank, it's my creation. I am feeling such elation. What a glorious time I've had. I've been scared, silly, mad, and glad. I'm energized from head to toe, even when it's time to go. The museum's closed for the night, but I know that it's all right. Its rhythm exists in all I see. The museum lives inside of me. Isn't that a beautiful picture? So why do you think she was sad at the one picture? She was so sad. Why do you think?
Because it had a sad face on it.
It did, and it was a real heavy color. What color was it? What color was it?
White.
There was white in it. Sure. Did you ever see another color in it? Do you remember? No? Do you remember another color in it?
Crying on the little drips of her crying on her face.
Yeah, she was crying on her face. Sure. So when you see crying, what do you think of? Somebody's sad, right? And she was also, it was painted with the color blue. And blue is thought to be a calm color, but sometimes if you paint it a right way or a different way, it's a sad color. But there's happy colors too. What's a happy color? There's a happy color. What's a happy color?
Purple.
Purple's a happy color. What else? Pink is a wonderful color. What else? Yellow's a happy color.
Gold.
Gold.
Silver.
Silver.
Red.
Red.
Gold.
I'll tell you what, you think of a mad color. What's a mad color?
Black.
Black could be a mad color. Green could be a mad color. Well, not if it's red and black, right? Because that's Campbell devils, right? And that's powerful, right? What do you think? Yeah, blue, sure. What else?
Gray.
Gray could be a mean color, sure. Dark green could be a mad color. How do you know that's a mad color? How do you know if a color's mad? How do you know if a color's mad?
What?
How do you? Oh, you're right. Very good. How do you know if a color's mad?
Because you could see the color. Whenever you look and you could see, that's what color is.
And it gives you that feeling, right? So it's like your mind, like you said, when it comes into your brain, you feel it. How do you know?
Because it is you.
Yep. What else?
If you do something bad, you know what yellow is bad.
You're right. You're right. You know what's funny? When I was a kid and I never realized this, I have one good ear and I have one bad ear. I have an ear that doesn't work. It doesn't hear anything. And when I think of it, when somebody says, oh, did you wear your hearing aid today? Or, oh, is that your bad ear that I'm talking in? Do you know what color I see in my head? Red. And I don't know why. But when they're near my good ear, I see green. So sometimes you associate colors with certain things. Like if you see, think of a picture of playing outside. It's a warm summer day and you're outside in your yard and you might be running through the sprinklers or you're picking up flowers or you're just laying in the grass looking up at the sky. So you feel probably pretty happy and energized, right? What color is that? What color is that?
Yellow.
Yellow? Well, and that's true. For you, it could be yellow. For everyone, it's different. What color is it for you?
Blue and orange.
Blue and what?
Orange.
Blue and orange. Are those your happy colors? Those are your happy colors. What are your happy colors? What color do you see?
Blue and red.
Blue and red are your happy colors. What about your happy colors?
Dark black and both dark black, like yellow and peachy.
And a peachy color. Oh, I like that. So those are your happy colors. What are your happy colors? Rainbow. What are your happy colors?
The American flag.
The American flag colors. Oh, that's wonderful. What about you?
I see pink and gold.
Pink and gold. And which you got?
Green.
Green. And what about you?
Gold.
Gold. What's your happy color?
Pink and purple.
Oh, that's wonderful. What about you?
Blue and pink.
Oh, you know what's great? I'm going to come around so we can make sure I get all of your happy colors. But there are certain colors that make you happy, right? They may make somebody else sad. They might be somebody else's sad colors. But your happy colors are important to you. And that's one of the activities that we are going to do today. I made this back in my office. And it is inspired by an artist whose name is Dale Chihuly. And Dale Chihuly is a glass blower. He's a master glass blower. And he creates artistic creations out of glass with all different swirly colors, so they give people all different kinds of emotions. And he made a very special, very famous piece of artwork for Las Vegas. It's in a very big, famous hotel, and it covers the whole ceiling. So when you look up, you see this explosion of color. And he used glass, but we are going to use, to try to recreate that same feeling, coffee filters. Yay. And these are just coffee filters that I used in my office with all different colors. This one, by the way, are my favorite colors, in case you're wondering why it's on top, because my favorite colors are blue, and those are my happy colors, blue and green. And we sprayed it with spray starch, just like you would use if you were ironing a shirt. And it all bled together. And then I put them together with a little string, the little bell on the end. Guess, why did I use the bell? Why did I use the bell?
Because when you're feeling happy, you have to think it.
I like that. Why else did I use the bell?
I just wanted to tell you that I also like the colors blue and green.
Oh, do you? Are those some of your happy colors? I love that. Why do you think I used the bell?
Because you can also lose it if there's too many people talking and it's too loud.
Oh, I like that. That's a good reason. Why else?
Because you could use it like say the way you're happy.
Oh, I like that. Now, you know what's funny? Okay, hands down for a second. I used the bell because I had them left over. I didn't really have a good reason, but what I love are your reasons. Because it's what makes you happy. So for some of you, it makes you happy to ring it. That's one of your happy sounds, right?
Yeah.
That's great, because you're using your noggins. I didn't have a right answer because there was no right answer. The answer was whatever's in your imagination. And here's what I'm going to do. I am going to lay it flat. So I'm going to flatten it out like a pancake. I'm going to make it nice and flat so it's easier for me to work with. And then, I'm going to bring you markers. You don't have markers yet. I am going to start coloring all over it. And I've done mine a couple different ways. You're actually going to do 3 of them. That's why you have 3 coffee filters. I am just going to color this one just a little bit to show you. And I'm going to use, of course, my happy colors, green and blue. Real quick. So these are washable markers, and that's important that they're washable. 1, so you don't get them all over your fingers, but 2, washable markers, when you get them wet, the colors bleed and blend together. So I have colored this, and I'm going to take it, and I am going to spray it with liquid starch. After I spray it, and myself, Miss Krista, Mrs. McGugan, and Miss Matsy will help you with this part. Once it's sprayed, it's a little limpy wet. I'm going to take it, and that cup that was in front of you, we are going to lay it over that cup. Okay, all I did was lay it over the cup, because when you lay it over the cup, it'll dry in that shape. And then I put it aside. It takes 5 minutes to dry. So we're going to let it be for 5 minutes, and that'll give you time to make your next creation. Couple important things. Number 1, try to use different colors. You can use any color you want, but try to use at least 2 different colors. The more color, the more swirly it'll be, okay? Number 2, try to color the whole thing. Okay, I've got thick markers and I have thin markers I'm going to pass out. The more you color it, again, the more vibrant it will be, the more it will come to life. Number 3, there is no wrong way to do this. You cannot mess this up. It has to be whatever is in your imagination, because this is your creation to take home, and that's why everyone has a lunch bag in front of them. A brown paper bag will be for you to write your name on it so that you can get them home safe and sound. doing here is now that the kids have all made their 3 creation coffee filters, I took a paper clip and I put all of the coffee filters together, and I am putting a hole in the middle, and that way we can put a string through it. Now, of course, you don't have to put a string through this. You can make 100 coffee filters and do all kinds of different things with it. It's all on how much is in your imagination. But this is the project that we're going to start with. Well, I had so much fun today at Campbell Elementary School with Mrs. McGugan's and Miss Matsy's first grade classes. And of course, we had the help of student teacher, Miss Krista. We read The Museum by Susan Verde. And then we made a great craft that was inspired by Dale Chihuly with coffee filters, markers, starch, and a whole lot of imagination. I hope that you love the book and this craft. And if you would like Armstrong to come to your school, have a grown-up email us at channel20, that's channel20@agoc.com. How much longer do you have to go, Miss Krista?
I will student teach with first grade Mrs. McGugan's class until May 9th.
Okay, so you'll have until May 9th, and then what after that?
And then I will be applying for jobs in the
Wonderful.
Campbell, Mahoning County area.
So my friends, if anybody would like to hire Miss Krista full-time, you could reach her at Campbell Elementary School. You'll have a great teacher on your hands if you do. Everyone have a great day.